पैट्रिक का वीजा पेंडिंग है बट बाकी के प्लेयर्स पहुंच चुके हैं. एनी अदर ऑफ सीजन इवेंट्स, teams you will find out match.
I'm better than FNS, one of the Indian teams to scrim them. We actually lost 3 scrims and only won 1. SPG pooped on us. We even had discussions with Aspas' agent. But G as an org didn't have great reputation. I would definitely take Lightning Fast over Curry, I think. GE almost ghosted me. The GE pays for everything.
प्लेयर्स का वीजा हो गया है, पैट्रिक का वीजा पेंडिंग है. हिज वीजा इज गोइंग टू टेक अ लिटिल लॉन्गर and it's probably going to take another few weeks. So face off he will be playing from Philippines only. He'll be playing online. बाकी के सारे players का आ गया है, so they are playing there. Hopefully Patrick should be there by the first week of December. That's what we are anticipating. तो just delay है और कुछ नहीं. We are still on track. Season is fine. I'm more worried about the season. We are still on track for that. But बाकी के players पहुंच चुके हैं. Gary is with the players right now. So Kelly, Crystal, Udoton and PatrickWHO are currently at our boot camp in South Korea. Any other off-season events? Yes, we are trying to do at least, besides our event, they're at least trying to do 2 more off-seasons, at least. जिसमें से एक confirm हो गया है, दूसरा होना बाकी है. Both of which will more than likely happen in December. So we are trying to play as many events as possible. Teams you will find out match के दिन. Direct अभी match में. Never seen tournament teams not being announced. That's exactly the point. I don't want you all to think of this as a tournament. This is a show match between global esports and the rest of the world. Our entire focus for this event is to set up our teams for the practice. इसीलिए हमने BO5 से BO3 भी change किया. So that it's as similar to what they would play on stage, because BO5 only happens at the finals. All the earlier games are BO3. We want to simulate that as much as possible.
I'm better than FNS. I used to compete against FNS all the time, by the way. Me and FNS used to be like he was the IGL of like a top 4 team. I was always better than FNS, by the way, in CS. Like my teams are always better than FNS's teams in CS. FNS was always like 4th or 5th in NA, and I was always like top 3 normally in NA for CS. We still have the X Factor coach. So what you guys need to realize, like, it feels like, to me, if we lose Neon, it's going to be a blow, but not because PatrickWHO is so bad at Jet. He's very good at Jet. He's still amazing at Jet. But he's so good at Neon that he's genuinely better than other Neons. Besides Danby. Which would be the strongest map? I cannot say that, Sanchit, but my plan is to be good at every map. We're not going to have like a ban. So... That's what I can tell you. We won't have a banned map. We are going to play every map. And that's a serious thing. What event is on the 18th? 18th is going to be the show matches, boys. The show matches start on the 18th to the 23rd. A whole week. Our entire week of practice is just a show match for you guys. Do you understand? Teams don't do this. Normal coaches say no. No, I'm just kidding. I don't have too much of a... Actually, I think I have a choice. I could definitely veto it if I wanted to, but I don't want to. But they wanted to do a BO5. 5 BO5s or 6 BO5s. I was like, guys, we're not doing... That's like more... That's 30 maps. 30 maps of Valorant. That's more than every other team in the offseason. I was like, we can't do that. Our playbook's not even that big, bro. Do scrims really matter? They just practice... They matter for sure. Bro, if you have an entire... Like, bro, if I lose every scrim between now and the match, you have no confidence. Scrims matter, but they aren't everything. The reason some people say scrims don't matter is because there's certain teams that are just known as scrimmers. They just play with utmost confidence. They wide swing. They do all these things in scrims that they would never do in matches. The trick is, if you're going to do that shit in scrims, do that shit in matches, and it will stay the same. I scrim mostly tier 2 teams or tier 1 China teams. We scrim a lot of tier 1 China teams. They can make this comeback. Do you scrim with Indian teams? Yeah, we've scrimmed Indian teams a few times. Normally, basically, my philosophy so far has been, if we can't find a team that I like, I usually try to message one of the Indian teams to scrim. I may end up using our academy team for something like the way EG did, like try stuff out against our academy team specifically. How did the Goofballs do in scrim? I think we won 3 and lost 1. I actually don't know. Let me go check the stream cracker for you guys. Wait, today felt decent, but it was shitty. We actually lost 3 scrims and only won 1. But one of them we had like 100 ping for 3 players. And 2 of them we just got owned. We need to re-talk about how we want to do things. No, we didn't lose to any T2 teams today, I don't think. We played some tier 1 teams and we lost. SPG pooped on us. Or Munchkin or Meteor part of the plan at some point. We had discussions with the Gen G players. And by we, I mean Rushi. Rushi had discussions with them. But people, we even had discussions with Aspas' agent. You know, but the reality is, you know, some of these things are doable and some of these things aren't. And I don't think it necessarily had to do with like not having enough budget or money. Like GE as an org previous to this season, because we're gonna change that this season. But GE as an org didn't have great reputation, right? Like there was rumors that they didn't spend or they didn't do this or they didn't do that. Coach, sometimes you say G is promising and then SPG pooped on us this one. Can you clarify? Wait, wait, is that really PatrickWHO? Let me go to channel. Is that really Patrick? It is really Patrick. Bro, okay, listen. We are promising, but we're not good. Okay? Get your mind right. We are promising. Promising does not mean good. Promising means that we could be good. So get better so the SPG doesn't poop on us anymore. Okay? We've pooped on some of the best teams in the entire game. It doesn't mean that we're gonna poop on everybody. That's not how that works. Sometimes you're the pooper, sometimes you're the poopy. That's just the way it works, bro. The reason for poor performance is our energy was low and SPG is very good. And that 2% sometimes is just energy and comms. And as I said, it's a long week. It's our last scrim of the week. These guys put in a lot of work this week. You know, sometimes you just lose, guys. Sometimes you just lose. Yeah, I'll take Lightning Fast over Curry, homie. I would definitely take Lightning Fast over Curry, I think. I mean, Curry's not bad, bro. Curry's not a bad player or anything, but like I said, I don't respect players that are not willing to put in the work to get signed. Every season, this guy's like looking for team VCT, and it's like, bro, go play some tier 2 and tier 3 and work your way up. But I also understand he's a streamer, and you know it's hard to give up that money. I don't hate him for it, but I just don't have sympathy for him not getting signed. I don't know. Who approached you from GE, Vatzel? I think I messaged them, to be honest with you. I think I messaged them and they just gave me an interview, and then after the interview, so like they gave me an interview. No, we didn't even interview in person, or maybe we did have a quick interview on Discord. Maybe there was a quick interview on Discord, or I can't remember, to be honest with you. I think maybe there was. And then they were sort of putting me off a little bit. They were sort of ghosting me a little bit, bro. GE almost ghosted me. And then we made it to Champs, and I talked to them at Champs. We had a face-to-face interview at Champs, and then at the face-to-face interview at Champs, I sort of killed it. You guys see how personable I am. You see guys see how confident I am. And I do good at interviews and shit like that. So I sort of killed the interview in person, and after that I knew I had the job. And then I did a little bit more afterwards too. Like I messaged them a couple more times and kept in touch. Like I told you, I really, I wanted a job, period. But B, I really did think that GE was going to be a good opportunity in these show matches. I've talked about it. So I'm actually going to probably re-talk to him and tell him that I want to interview a player also before each match. So there's six matches. 5 of them we're going to have a player interview before them as well. I'm going to make them do like a quick little interview before the match so they can get used to interviewing. So GE funding living expenses, yeah, Atomic. GE pays for everything, and I think that's sort of a requirement for all VCC teams. They pay for your apartment, they pay for your food, everything, bro. It's actually so nice, except for stuff like this, or like, but like when we eat lunch and we eat dinner, that's bought and paid for by GE. They just they'd get delivery, and like if we want coffee or something, we just like tell them, hey, can we get some coffee? They pay for that. Told you, GE is a sick ass org. You know, have a Juv3nile will go to a better team. My contract's for 2 years, Derry. I'm not going nowhere for 2 years unless they fire me. And then I've already talked about this, and I haven't really talked about this with GE, but I've talked about this with you guys already, that like I could see myself being here long term. I could see myself being like a GE management after I'm done coaching. But I plan on coaching for a while. I don't plan on quitting for a while. Time slows down when it can get no worse. I can feel it.